Make it up.
Nice and snug, so styling, unique, and oh so fly.
Am I talking about you or am I talking about a bow tie?
'Cause just like a bow tie, you two are some handiwork.
Made for a purpose with all of your quirks, so loved and adored in his eyes.
And we're so glad you're joining us for
Timmy Bow Ties.
Howdy! What? I mean, those submissions were decent. At best. No, I'm not threatened that they can sing my theme song better than me. So stop asking. But boy, oh boy, do I have some talented friends. And trying to choose between the bunch is like asking me to pick my favorite Timmy Bow Ties episode so far. I mean, no. I have hereby decided in this moment in time that episode 2, featuring the one and only Steffi Smiles, is the best there ever has been or will be. And now, without further ado, can I get a drum roll? The winner for the Timmy Bow Ties theme song competition is a 2-way tie. We had 2 pairs of brothers that knocked it out of the park. Their creativity, their enthusiasm, it was the whole shebang. The Gabba Ganook. Congratulations to Emerson and Huxley and Chase and Caden on winning the theme song competition. I just couldn't decide. So what I did decide is that you're all winners and prizes are on the way. Now it's time for you to enjoy their videos in full glory.
Hello, this is Emerson and Huxley's submission to the Timmy Bow Ties $50 gift card challenge. And here's my expert at singing and dancing brother, who is also loving, charismatic, and friendly, Emerson! What's going on, everybody? How is everyone doing? I'm so excited to be here. Told you it was friendly. And today we will be doing a Timmy Bow Ties theme song. You gotta pull it, you gotta scoop it, make sure to fold it and tug. It takes careful attention to get your bow tie nice and snug. So stylish, unique, and also fly. Am I talking about you or am I talking about a bow tie? Just like a bow tie, you two are some handiwork. Love your purpose with all your quirks. Love and adore you in his eyes. I'm so glad you're joining us for Timmy Bow Ties.
You gotta pull it, you gotta swoop it, make sure to fold it, and tug. It takes careful attention to get your bow tie nice and snug. So styling, unique, and oh so fly. But am I talking about you or am I talking about a bow tie? 'Cause just like a bow tie, you two are some handiwork, made for a purpose with all of your quirks, so loved and adored in his eyes. And we're so glad you're joining us for Timmy Bow Ties.
Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for Take a Bow. and you might be wondering what we have in store today. But before we get to that, I'm gonna welcome on a very special guest that's excited to join us today. Give it up for Stoppa Shane! Showstopper! How are you, man?
Good.
It is so good to have you today. I'm excited to see what you have in store for us.
Yes. So
I mean, it is the elephant in the room. People want to know, what are we doing today?
today we're going to be doing Elephant Toothpaste, which is a experiment where you add all of these materials.
Yes.
And it makes a big foamy explosion.
All right.
Which is really cool.
Have you done it before?
No.
So you're seeing this for the very first time, and we want to make sure you can do this too. So we're going to show you all the supplies you need. All right, Stoppa Shane, what supplies do we need to make elephant toothpaste?
So this is hydrogen peroxide. Your parents probably have it in like a medical cabinet or something like that.
Love it.
And then there's food coloring.
Okay.
Or food dye.
We have a couple colors.
Yeah, green and red.
Nice. Okay, and we'll also need dish soap, just a couple squirts of that, and dry yeast. You can find that in your local supermarket. And you're also gonna need some scorching hot water. Before we get started, we want to encourage you to ask your parent or guardian first if you have permission to do the experiment. Then next, make sure you have the proper equipment. As you can see, Shane came prepared. He's got his glasses on, got the gloves. We want to make sure you are safe and have your eyes protected and your hands. This is a chemical reaction, and so we want to make sure you're not touching it or putting yourself in harm's way. All right, Shane, it's go time. So as you can see, we have 4 flasks here. We're gonna show you how to fill one up, and I'm gonna get things started with the hydrogen peroxide. So we'll pour that in. So hydrogen peroxide is typically used to clean out cuts. And so you probably do have it around the house like Shane said, and just fill it up for, I don't know, maybe, what do you figure, 15, 20 seconds, depending on the size of the container that you're using. So we'll start with that, and then Shane's gonna put in a couple squirts of the dish soap. My man. Okay, all right, so then we'll shake it up a bit, but don't get it too bubbly because you want the bubbles to hold out until we really need them to foam over for the explosion. Okay, now we need the food coloring. What's it gonna be, red or green?
I think we should do green.
Okay, done. All right, so if you wanna grab it, I'll pour it in. And you wanna make sure for the food coloring, you get it on the side of the container that you're using. That's gonna allow, as the explosion is happening, it'll pick up the color as it's running up the container. So we'll get the green on the side, and then we'll turn it a bit. Turn it a little bit more. Okay, how's that look, Shane?
Great.
Good to go? Okay. Now the last step is the hot water with the yeast. So you're gonna wanna get that in a separate container and stir it up together. So let's do that now. We're gonna use this, and let's see, Shane, could you do the honors with the yeast? We'll pour that in here. Thank you, kind sir. And since we're doing 4 different containers, let's go ahead and use 2 packets. All right. And then add the warm water, shake it all up, and we are well on our way. Think that's good?
Yep.
All right. Okay, now we're gonna fill up the other 3 we have, and it's showtime. All right, we got all 4 filled up. Shall we?
Yeah.
It's go time. All right. So Shane, we're gonna pour this into each one and see what it does. Let's go.
Number 1.
All right. Very cool. Look at those colors.
Oh, they merge really well.
Wow, what a beauty. Let's just keep pouring and see what happens. All right, what do you think, man?
It's awesome.
Right. It's amazing what you can do with just some things laying around your house. What encouragement do you have for those at home that want to try similar experiments?
Always try something new and use whatever resources you can find around your house to make experiments that you love.
Wise words from show Stoppa Shane. All right, my friend, take a bow. You have earned it. Give it up for show Stoppa. Thank you so much for tuning in. Try some elephant toothpaste at home and let us know how it turns out. I'm sure it's hard for you to believe, but as I tie it all together today, I'm not gonna blabber on and on like I'm sure you're used to. And that's because I want you to get out there and try something new. These past few weeks, we've talked about using our gifts, talents, and creativity. And when you try something for the first time, you're able to use all 3 of those in a new and exciting way. And in this episode, my friends put their gifts, talents, and creativity on full display. Whether it was singing the theme song, making a new beat to it, or creating some elephant toothpaste, I hope you were inspired to try something new as well. One of the highlights of 2020 for me was when I was stuck in quarantine with Steffi Smiles. And one night we just decided we were going to try a new recipe for dinner, create our own choreographed dance, and play a new board game. And it was so fun, and it's a highlight that we still look back at and laugh. And here I am blabbering on and on. Like I said, I wouldn't, but just to sum it up, to tie it all together, I want to make sure that you feel inspired to try something new, because it's oftentimes when we grow the most, when we might be uncomfortable or in uncharted territory, that's when you can use new gifts, talents, and creativity. So go out, try something new, and be bold and courageous as you do it. I can't wait to see you next Saturday, and I can't thank you enough for watching. Bye-bye.
We're so glad you joined us for Timmy Bow Ties.